Good morning, campers. Welcome to the first official day of the Survive the Night readathon. I'm so excited that I even woke up and could not go back to bed at 4:45, and now it's 6 a.m. I am just so thrilled that this readathon has officially started. I'm so excited because I have just been waiting and waiting for months for this readathon to actually officially start. And the fact that you guys are so like equally excited and like have questions and asking things, like I'm just so excited. I'm just so like giddy and like anxious, but like all the good things. So in case you are stumbling upon my channel and you have not heard anything about this readathon, let me give some backstory. First of all, hi, my name is Jessie. Welcome to my channel. And this readathon is to honor the 3rd anniversary for my book club here on my YouTube channel. The book club is called Sleep When I'm Dead. It is mostly based on reading new release thrillers. This is the 3rd anniversary of my readathon, which is just wild to even think of. But I always like to do something a little bit different for the anniversary. And last year I did the Survive the Night readathon, which was great. It just wasn't, I don't know, I feel like it just wasn't as special to me. And so with this year, I wanted to definitely make it unique and different. So I decided to rename it, rebrand it, and we are calling it Survive the Night Readathon. I've had a few people like reach out to me and be like, oh, did you name it after the Riley Sager book? Honestly, no. But that was like a small connection in a way. But I figured like with Survive the Night, I can easily like do this whenever I wanted to, not specifically in September. But I figured it was a very broad title. We are set away at a summer camp for the next 5 days, and every single night there is a serial killer that goes to each of the locations. I'll put the map up right here. So you have locations like the cabins, the lake, bonfire, the main lodge, places like that, and each location has a specific book prompt. And so I've recommended that you have a specific book for each prompt because you just never know what could or may not happen. Every night the killer will go to one of these locations and take its victims. So we have a full Discord where we are fully interacting over there, and it's so much fun. You guys, like, your excitement is giving me life. And I just love that. So for example, if you have checked in to the cabins, which is to read a book about camping or at a summer camp, and you're reading that prompt and the killer just happens to go to that location, you're out. You're out of the game. But no worries, there is a way to re-enter the game, and that is to post a photo or a video of you reenacting your death. I think it's just a fun and wholesome way to get back into the game, and I think it's just going to be so amazing. I cannot wait to see all of y'all's reactions. So I have definitely set my TBR. I did do a whole video on that, so I will quickly go over the reading prompts, what I plan to read. Just in case you haven't checked out that video, I will go ahead and go over that real quick. Okay, the first prompt / location is the cabins, and that is to read a book based at a summer camp or about camping. And I'm doing a reread of The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I'm so excited because this is actually one I've been wanting to get to, and I'm actually already currently reading it. I did start my current read a little bit early. So this is about a girl where her cabin mates went missing when she was at summer camp, and now as an adult she still has not moved on from that. And so as the camp is reopening, she decides to go back there and figure out what happened. So classic Riley Sager. I'm really excited to read this one. The next one is Mess Hall, and that is to take a title of a book, unscramble the words to find a food item. And I'm going to read How to Solve Your Own Murder or How to Survive Your Murder by Danielle Valentine. And thanks to Lena, she found the word mushroom in here because I really wanted to read this one, but I couldn't think of a word. And so she found mushroom. So very excited. So this is a YA thriller slasher type book, and I'm not a huge YA thriller. Like if you were to ask me, I'd say, I typically hate those. But I read Danielle Valentine's newest YA thriller. Really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to see what this one has. The next location is the bonfire, and that is to read a hot new release. And I am going to be reading We Used to Live Here. I've been hearing nothing but great things about this one, and I'm really excited because also my friend Gwen, who has her Patreon, this is going to be her Night Owl book club pick for the month of October. So I'm going to also read this one in order to like discuss that with the other night owl. So yeah, I just know this is about two new homeowners where I guess they're trying to fix up their home, and the previous owners show up and they're like, hey, we used to live here. Do you mind if I like show my kids like where I grew up? And they just won't leave. So I've heard it's kind of weird and twisty, so I'm excited. The next one is The Lake, and that is to read a book with a body of water on the cover. And so I'm going to be reading The 5-Year Lie by Serena Bowen. So obviously there's water on here, but I picked this one because I feel like this one has more of a romantic suspense, which I also want to preference. If anyone is watching this, you can read whatever genre you want as long as it fits like the prompts, obviously. So you can read cozy mystery, fantasy, whatever you want. This is not strictly thrillers. I'm just a big thriller reader. The reason why I picked this one is I feel like this has more of a romantic suspense. It might be a little bit of a like a palate cleanser if I read too many thrillers. So I know this one is about a woman who thought her boyfriend had died, like, what was it, several years ago, and she gets a text message from the boyfriend saying like, I need to see you, and it goes from there. So I kind of want to go into this one blindly, so excited. Another one that I'm like really excited to read, and I hope I get to this one. I might try to make this one more of a priority, but it is The Boathouse, and that is to read a book about traveling or about travel. And so I feel like I picked like the coolest one for this book. So I am picking up The Passengers by John Mars. This is a futuristic world, like I believe not too far out in the future, but where like self-driving cars are like the absolute norm, and something happens to where like I think it's 8 passengers. Yeah, 8 people find themselves in a terrifying situation, but basically it's like all these different people, they get in their self-driving car, the car takes over, and they are being live streamed to where millions of people are watching them, and the public gets to like decide like who lives and who dies. And I think there's only gonna be one winner. So I don't know, I'm so excited, and I've heard nothing but great things. The next one is Archery Field, and that is to read a book that's going to help you stay on target with your reading goals. I mean, besides reading like a certain number of books over on Goodreads, the only thing that I try to do is to read stuff that's a little bit outside my comfort zone, or stuff that I don't normally pick up. So I'm picking up this Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I've heard nothing but great things. This looks like a sweet, cozy. I've also heard it's more romance than cozy. And so I think with that, it's going to work, because I'm not usually a big cozy mystery fan, but this one looks really cute. Also, this book is so hard to find. I've been looking everywhere, like locally, for it, and then I finally caved in. I was like, all right, let me order it from Amazon, and Amazon was out of stock. How is Amazon out of stock? So I ended up just downloading it onto my Kindle for 99 cents. So saved money there. So I'm very excited. The next one is Hiking Trail, and that is to read a book with a view on the cover. And so I'm going to be reading If You Tell by Lucinda Berry, which I love Lucinda Berry. One of my favorite thriller authors, especially like psychological thrillers. And so I feel like with this like aerial view of like the water, stunning. But also this one takes place at a summer camp as well. So I'm really excited to continue with my Lucinda Berry journey and read this one as well. The next one is The Bathhouse, and I thought this was a really fun prompt, and that is to read a book with a body part on the cover. So I decided to pick up Every Last Secret by A.R. Torre because this has like 2 heads above water. So I'm really excited. This one seems to have like that rich people, like almost like a The Last Mrs. Parrish type vibe. So I'm really excited to read this one because I've had this one on my shelf for way too long. And then the last location for me is the amphitheater, and that is to read a book with multiple point of views. So I have Someone in the Attic, and I'm really excited for this one because this one is probably going to unlock a fear for me because I hate my fear of like being home alone and having this feeling that someone else is in the house. So this is definitely going to like tap into those fears, but I'm really excited for it. And then the last location is the main lodge, and that is to read a past book club pick. I obviously have read all my book club picks, so this one does not pertain to me, but I have a whole graphic of all the books that we've read for the past 3 years. So I'm really excited to see what everyone else is picking up. Over on Discord, I've been seeing people pick up like super old ones, but also like more new ones. So it's really interesting to see like the differences and things like that. So I'm excited. So yeah, it is currently like 6:12 in the morning, and so I don't have to leave until 8. So I think what I'm going to do is just get some reading in. I think those are the vibes because I have a full day at work. It's also Friday the 13th, which is going to be interesting. I'm not superstitious, but like I sort of am in the same sense. So we'll see what this Friday the 13th holds. I also need to take a photo of all of my books I plan to read, at least all my physical ones, so that way I can post that because that is the day 1 photo challenge. And later tonight we have some reading sprints, and I'm really excited because I have invited all of the past book club hosts to come back and do some reading sprints. I am looking forward to some reading sprints tonight, especially after a long week and a long day at work. So that is literally what's going to keep me going tonight. Hello! It's actually been a few hours because I had to go to work, but you guys over in Discord have been cracking me up all day. The way you guys are being so paranoid about where the killer is going to be. I was actually doing a little bit of organizing, trying to prep for tonight because the killer will be, the killer's location will be revealed tonight at 9, and I'm so excited. But I hate to sound toxic, but I have been loving creating the chaos. So I was actually thinking about posting in Discord like good news and like bad news. Good news is I want to say how many people are currently checked into the location where the killer will strike. Bad news is they have 1 hour until I cut off the check-in. And I think it's going to cause a lot of chaos, and I'm so excited. So let's go do that real quick. So I put everyone, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is you have 1 hour left before the check-ins will be closed off. And then I'm about to send. The good news is I'm willing to give another clue as to where the killer will strike. As of right now, the location has 8 campers in it. I'm going to put good luck. Let the chaos begin. See, this is no fair. I don't have a pet to come cuddle with me. I don't have a black cat. I don't have an indie girl. Like, ugh, no, mine have abandoned me because my husband got home and they're like, oh, the other human's here. So, well, I made it to page 186. So I'm like at the halfway mark, and I'm still really enjoying it. Now that like it's like picked up, and I was like, okay, this is why I remember loving it. I just feel like it was kind of a long setup to get to like the camp and figuring out all those fun things. It's also kind of weird because I think I read this thinking it was written by a female. And there's like a scene where like our main character like gets her period for the first time, and I'm just like, this feels weird. All right, the first night of Survive the Night has officially come to a close. So the killer attacked at the lake, which was so exciting. Only one camper passed away. Sorry, Helen. But it was so much fun, and like everyone was super excited to see, and like they were really taking it seriously. So it's gonna be so much fun. Tomorrow we're having our scavenger hunt, and that is the photo challenge. So I feel like it's gonna be super fun. I don't have any plans until like 5 o'clock. Also, I made it over halfway through my book, which is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, and this one is very, very interesting of a reread. Sorry, I had to put my camera down, but it's very interesting because I know I love this book and I gave it 5 stars when I first read it, but it's so weird because like I was mentioning on Sprints, there's like a scene where like our main character gets her period for the first time when she was a camper. And I remember reading this thinking that Riley Sager was a female, and then like later I found out that Riley Sager is not female. Also, I noticed like he is like very descriptive of like the setting at this camp. I don't really remember his other books being as descriptive, and I'm like, I get it, we're at a summer camp, you don't have to describe every single tree that this woman's going to walk by. So, but I am really enjoying it. The mystery is definitely picking up, so I can see why. Like right now I'm currently at like a 4 star, but I know probably the twist at the end is really going to like bump up my rating. So, but I'm actually going to go lay down in bed. I'm going to continue reading. Probably just listen to the audiobook so I could just like sit and relax. Good morning, everyone. It is day 2 of the Survive the Night readathon, and I slept so good because I slept in. I ended up finishing The Last Time I Lied. Where is my book actually? Oh, did not prepare because I haven't even put like the dust jacket back on, but I read and finished The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, and I really enjoyed it, like, because before like starting this one I was like, you know I love it, I know the general concept, but I'm kind of like really forgetting a bunch of the like final details of the story, and so it was kind of bothering me, to be honest. So I'm so happy I reread this one. I think now versus like the first time I read it, I think I would give it 4.5, but I don't do half stars, so I am rounding it up to a 5 because it is probably my second favorite. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this one so much. I told myself this year I really wanted to reread some of my favorites, and so this is definitely one of them. I do plan on rereading Home Before Dark, which is to this moment my favorite Riley Sager book, so I'm really excited to reread that one next month. I don't think I ever explained like what this book is about because I just kind of like assume like everyone knows what this book is. This is about a woman named Emma, and when she was 13 years old she went away to a summer camp, and something pretty traumatic happened where her bunkmates, who were a little bit older than her, all went missing, and it's definitely, you know, stuck with her over the years, and like she could never really forget those things. And so now the summer camp is being reopened because it shut down after the girls went missing, and she decides to take a little summer job going back there as an art counselor, and she's going to try to figure out exactly what really happened that summer long time ago. Definitely fits the reading prompt for the cabins and like this readathon in general, so really excited that I read this one. For my next reads, I have How to Survive Your Murder by Danielle Valentine. This is a YA thriller. Typically don't read these, but I figured this would be a good, quick, fast read. And then I have The Passengers by John Mars, and I'm like equally excited to read both of these. I'm leaning more towards The Passengers just because it's something a little different, and I feel like if I'm going to DNF something quicker, it's going to be this one if I'm not jiving with it. So I think I might read The Passengers. I think that's what I'm leaning towards. So I haven't been like the biggest John Mars fan. Like I actually ended up DNFing his like most beloved book that most people love, which is The One. I don't know, it just sounds so good, and I cannot wait to dive into this. I posted today over on Discord the scavenger hunt list. I forgot to do it on Instagram, so I'm going to do that right after this clip. But I'm so excited to see what everyone comes up with. And I like at the last minute, I was like, if anyone can score 306 points, I'll give you a clue, like a separate clue. So I'm really excited to see what people come up with. I told them to tag me on Instagram at readingwithjess_. As far as my plans, I have to go out to get a birthday present because tonight me and my husband are going to a birthday party. It's our godchildren's birthday party. So we'll be doing that. I need to go get some birthday presents for that. So yeah, I'll probably go do that. I'll probably get some lunch while I'm out too. That sounds good. Maybe I'll take my book with me. I look so rough, don't look at me, but it is day 3 of the Survive the Night readathon and I have some reading updates for you. Anyways, I sent out a link to anyone over on YouTube who is still a paid member, as well as anyone who has switched over to my Patreon, saying like, hey, I need the reading motivation for today, and so please come join me. I would love that. And so we just started our 3rd sprint, I believe, 2nd or 3rd, but I was going to continue with The Passengers by John Mars, but I felt like I was losing steam and I didn't get a lot read yesterday, which is why I didn't really have a lot of video footage. But yeah, yesterday was just not like the best for me, but that's okay. But yeah, I was really enjoying it because I was getting to know each of the characters who were getting into these self-driving cars while the car is like rerouting them to their deaths basically. And I don't know, like I just lost steam, and I think it's because we got introduced to like the main character who's not in a car, I think. I don't know, I only got to like through the first 50 pages and then I was just like, you know what, I'm not really enjoying it as much, even though it had such a good strong start. So I decided to switch over to We Used to Live Here, and this one I'm so excited because it has gotten a lot of hype. It says it is Get Out meets Parasite with its eerie haunting debut, and it's a Reddit hit. Not really sure how Reddit works, not like big on Reddit, but I've heard nothing but great things. And so to know that this one is getting a lot of praise, and I don't really know too much about it besides people who've read it, loved it. So during the last sprint, I was able to get to page 51, so a good strong start. It's definitely unsettling and creepy. I think this is classified as horror as well, and I'm really enjoying it. So it starts off with like our main character whose name is Evie. Yeah, Evie, and her girlfriend have bought this house and they're planning on renovating it and flipping it, not really settling in, just planning on like restoring it because it's like this big farmhouse and it's got lots of charm and character. Anyway, she's home by herself and she gets a knock at the door, and there's this family who is at the door, and like the dad's like, hey, like I used to grow up here, this is my childhood home, like here's my family, we were just passing through and we would really like to like see the house before we like head out. Which is super weird, like major red flags. Like if it were me, I'd be like, you can get off my property. So it's just so unsettling, and like the family's super weird and stuff like that, and Evie's home by herself, and her partner is out, like I guess like getting stuff before the weekend because it's a Friday night. Anyways, but yeah, it's just like that's like one of my fears, is like weird stuff like this happening while I'm home alone. So I'm just like, ooh, no, don't do it. But she agrees to let them in, so they're like touring the home. The daughter's super weird. It's just like so yeah, it's very unsettling. Like something has happened, but nothing like super scary. It's just like, why is this happening and where's this gonna go? I'm also reading this for Gwen's Patreon, her Night Owl book club. We are going to be reading this one as well as another book in the month of October, and I'm going to be on camera discussing this one, so I'm very excited and I'm just like loving it. The audiobook's really good because it has like slight sound effects, and there's like at least 2 narrators so far, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to continue. I'm sorry if I wake you up saying I saw something, especially in the basement. You better get your butt up and go look for it. Oh my God, no. Did not vlog during the last few days of my own readathon, and I feel so bad, and that's because I have just been slammed busy doing stuff behind the scenes for the readathon. Like, I don't think people know there's a lot that goes into a readathon, and I just want to like shout out everyone that was in the Survive the Night Discord. You guys are true MVPs. You guys have made this readathon worth it. But it's now Friday, and if you can't tell by the way I'm talking, I am sick. That's another reason why I have been not doing a good job picking up the camera. It's Friday, I'm home alone, and I have put on my Halloween pajamas, a little matching set. My husband bought it for me. He is away on a golf trip, and this has been planned for months, and so he felt bad leaving, but I told him he had to leave. So I am home alone in my comfy PJ set that my husband bought me to make me feel better. He's like, at least you'll look cute. Bless his heart. But I thought to kind of keep the video going, I could combine readathons. So as you know, my Survive the Night readathon ended. I do want to give like a book update, which I'll get into, but today is Friday. One of my best friends, Gwen, has her own Patreon, and we are doing a cozy cafe readathon for this weekend, and I feel like that's exactly what I need. I just need like slow, no high stakes. And so today is the first night. She's actually getting ready to do some reading sprints in the next few minutes, but I wanted to update the camera, tell you what I've read, and tell you what I do plan to read. I somehow can only find the dust jacket, but I read We Used to Live Here, and this book was chaotic in the best way. I ended up giving this one 4 stars, and I'm actually going to be joining Gwen's discussion because she is having a book discussion for this book for her Patreon, The Night Owls. And I have so many questions about this book, like so many questions, and I think that's why I can't give it a 5-star. It's definitely one that's going to stick with me, but I feel like I'm either going to stay at a 4-star or during the discussion, I could see myself raising it to a 5-star. So we will see how that turns out. So for the Cozy Cafe Readathon that I'm getting ready to start, I am actually going to be reading Pumpkin Spice Cafe, or The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I don't know if this is considered like a cozy mystery. I think it's more romance is what I've been hearing, but I've heard nothing but great things about this book. And this book is so hard to find that I had to pay 99 cents to read it on Kindle. I can't find the physical copy anywhere. Amazon was sold out. It's not at Barnes & Noble. I saw some people say that it's at Sam's Club, which my Sam's Clubs did not have. So I'm going to be reading on my Kindle. So I'm going to be starting this tonight, and I also want to shout out my new Kindle stickers. Like, look how cute they are. But I want to specifically shout out this one right here. This is one that Gwen actually sells on her Patreon. You don't even have to be a member of her Patreon to get this. But it's the Spooky Readers Book Club, and look how cute it is. So cute. I love it. Perfect timing for the season. I also have a few other stickers, like I know these Taylor Swift ones were gifted to me, I believe from my friend Kayla gave me these. So we have the cardigan, the All Too Well scarf, and then the Midnight books, which is really cute. And then I have Summer's hand-drawn ghost sticker. So I think it's super cute. It's a little different because all my other ones were purple. All right, I am actually going to set up my little reading station in the living room, make me some Tang, and take some medicine. And I'm on my way to go get my hair done, and I'm so sorry that I sound like this and the camera is wobbly, and I am just going to try to get as blonde as possible and go from there. I don't really have the best lighting, but my hair is done. I feel bad that she curled it because I'm literally going to go rot on the couch when I get done running some errands, but this is the new hair. Basically, we just brought it all the way up to the root versus like a balayage look, and that's what I wanted. But I'm currently here at my library. Apparently I have 2 books for pickup.
Good morning. Happy Monday. This vlog has literally been all over the place, and I'm sorry for how chaotic, unstructured, and probably gross this vlog is, because I have just been feeling absolutely gross. But today is Monday. Yesterday I felt better, but I just felt kind of like weak and just needed to like relax, and that's what I did. I still feel the same way today. I haven't taken my medicine yet, so I'm hoping once I like put myself together and take my medicine, I'll start to feel better. So I wanted to come on here and just like tell you that I'm sorry how this vlog has turned out. It has been so unorganized, discombobulated, unstructured. I don't even know what I'm going to call this vlog, to be honest. Probably just several days in my life. I don't know. Let me just give you guys like an update. I can't even remember the last thing I remember like vlogging about. I know I went and got my hair done. I went to the library and picked up a few books for a secret vlog that I would like to try to plan. I also went to the coffee shop, which I can't remember. I think this is the part where I can't remember if I told y'all or not, but I was totally planning on staying there just for a little bit to get some reading in, take a photo and stuff like that. But the entire place was crowded with these elderly ladies having like a knitting circle, knitting club thing. It was so freaking cute, but like very inconvenient for me. So I actually really didn't mind leaving. I thought it was just too cute that I had to like share that information. And then I came home. I was just like, well, maybe I will like maybe read outside or, you know, do something, you know, aesthetic. No, I took a nap. No. I take that back. I did finish my video because Jules had reading sprints going on. So I did join because I only had 30 minutes left of Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which I need to update you guys on that. And I did finish that. And then I took a nap. Took a very small, like a nap that I would have liked a little bit longer, but I did not get to keep very long. So yeah, I took a nap. I watched a movie. I watched the Super Mario Brothers movie, which was so much fun. I had not seen it before, and it gave me so much nostalgia that I ended up playing a new Mario game. Then I ended up finishing Fear Street Part 2 and Part 3, and I really enjoyed it. The only thing is I do not like the main character. Dina is so annoying in parts 1 and 3 that I think, honestly, if we could recast her, I would have loved all 3 of them equally. Definitely part 2 was my favorite. It definitely had that slasher summer camp vibe. So yeah, and then Sunday I did as much cleaning as I possibly could. I took mini breaks because I just felt very out of breath. Did a few things on the computer for like YouTube, Discord, Patreon, that sort of thing. Graphics. Started some soup, which was amazing. First soup of the season. We did my TikTok famous crock pot potato soup. It was so good. Yeah, that was my whole Sunday. Oh, I did also start a new book, but let me tell you about Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I ended up giving 3 stars. I think it was cute. However, I'm not a big cutesy person. I also thought this was going to be like a cozy mystery, but it's really just a straight up romance. I don't know. It just felt like it was definitely cute. Gave me all the Hallmark feels. However, I don't know. There was just something about it. Like I felt like the story was just trying too hard. Like it was just very basic for something that was trying really, really hard to be like the best romance. I really liked the characters. I don't know, it just lacked something, and then like it just like all of a sudden just got like kind of steamy at the end, which is fine, but it just kind of came out, I don't know, it just didn't feel very, like nothing in the story felt very natural. I'm glad I read it. It definitely gave me like all the fall vibes that I wanted, and I can't wait to talk about it on Gwen's book club discussion. So yeah, gave that one 3 stars. And then last night I started If You Tell a Lie by Lucinda Berry and got 30% into it. This is another like summer camp story. Gwen actually posted on her Patreon, she does like a chapter by chapter for each book discussion, and her podcast episode for that book discussion comes out today. And so I'm reading it, but every like 5 chapters I'll go back and watch her video and like see her thoughts and feelings, which I think is really good because she definitely catches on to like more things than I do. And I think that's just because like with me being sick, I'm not really like paying as close of attention. I'm really liking the story so far. However, it follows 4 girls at a summer camp, and I'm having the hardest time keeping up with who's who. And then there's this 5th girl that we randomly get chapters about. Not only that, you get chapters of the past and the present, so that's like 8 perspectives plus this random girl. So anyways, I have officially done my makeup, so I'm gonna go brush my hair, leave to go to work, bring you guys along with me and try to wrap up this vlog in a nice, orderly fashion way.
Roughly organized my shelves, and both of them are kind of like filled to the brim here. Like up here, those are all the books that I'm unhauling. All of them. Those are all the books that are either for sale on Pango or need to be listed. This whole top shelf is my unread shelf. Like this whole top thing, and then everything down is read. And I am running out of shelf space like really quickly. I've thought about like if I ever were to go like revisit Gwen, do I need to get like a third bookshelf? My husband will kill me. But if I do, I have to move these bookshelves to like another wall, which I have this one huge wall, which ideally would make it beautiful because it would look like a full-on library. But then I'd have to rearrange this whole office. So, I do plan on this winter, like, unhauling a bunch of books because I definitely want to get rid of books and things like that before 2025. But, holy crap, I have way too many books. I also have my October TBR, like, semi ready to go. Like these are just 5 books. I do have the October Sleep When I'm Dead book, which is the Hitchcock Hotel. It's shipped. It's supposed to be here tomorrow because it's the publishing day, which is very exciting. Love that. All right, I am still don't have my Kindle. All right, I've got my Kindle still decorated, all cute. So I've got my Kindle ready to go. I've got my headphones ready to go. I brought some snacks. You're currently still standing on my little Pringles can. Got my water. I'm finishing up my Diet Coke from dinner. And yeah, I am ready to go live for some reading sprints. I also created a really cute background and I'm kind of sad about it. So I will show you real quick. So like, here is the super cute background. I have like my photo right here. I have my current book that I'm reading and then my ambiance. So I thought this would be super cute, right? Like it's super cute and gorgeous. However, StreamYard has raised their prices on paid memberships like drastically. So after the Survive the Night Readathon, I was like, okay, I'm not going to get charged again until like October. So after the readathon, I'll cancel and that way I won't get charged and I'll just go back to free and just be limited. But like this background is super cute. Like I really wish there was a free alternative site that allowed me to do these fun, interesting things. But if you are a creator or a streamer or have any suggestions of other ways that I can do all these fun things while not breaking the bank, leave them down below. I honestly cannot remember if I kind of told you guys like what my book is about, so I'm going to give you like a really rough synopsis. So this is If You Tell a Lie by Lucinda Berry, which my girl Lucinda, love her dearly. I've actually had her on as a author interview back at the beginning of, oh gosh, not this past January, but the one before that, so 2023. I had her on for an author interview and she is so freaking cool. But this is her newest one. It is about 4 girls who all went to a summer camp when they were teenagers. Something happened. After that event, they said they would never like speak to each other again, blah, 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 blah. And so, you know, now I think it's like 20 some years later, like and now that it's like 20 some years later, for some reason something has happened and the 4 have to come back together. And yeah, so you're getting all 4 perspectives, both in the past timeline and in the present timeline. You also have this random girl's perspective, which I believe she is definitely involved somehow, some way. I kind of have a theory, but I don't want to spoil it in case you want to pick it up. But it's definitely giving me those like summer camp vibes, and I'm really, really enjoying it so far. I'm hoping, because I read it so quickly yesterday, like the 30% that I read yesterday, I'm hoping tonight on sprints I can make big progress. Maybe finish it? Maybe. We'll see. Hello, welcome to Monday Night Reading Sprints. How is it going? Yeah, let me know what you guys plan to read tonight in the comment section. But yeah, oh, here it is. I was looking for my Kindle. So the cover's not on there, but I'm reading If You Tell a Lie by Lucinda Berry. Hello. So I just got done with reading sprints, and this book has taken quite a turn. I'm still really enjoying it. I definitely feel like this is one of those books where like the ending is going to make or break it for me. And like right now I'm between like a 3 and a 4 star, and that ending is going to truly dictate whether or not it gets a 4 or a 3 or lower. You never know. I'm at the 70% mark and I'm still really enjoying it, like I said. But I'm going to take this reading party now that I'm not streaming anymore. I want to take that to the bedroom and just chill and relax. Hopefully finish it. It says I have 50 minutes left of the audiobook, so totally finish it. So probably the very next clip is going to be me giving you my final star rating and wrapping up this vlog. So good night. Hello, it has been a few days and I just wanted to quickly wrap up this vlog and let you know that I did finish If You Tell a Lie by Lucinda Berry, and I am finalizing it with a 4-star rating. I really enjoyed it. However, I do feel like if you're looking for a good summer camp thriller, this is not one that's going to give you those like summer camp vibes like The Last Time I Lied. It definitely has it in the beginning, but it quickly shifts in the middle of the book to like almost like a different. I overall really enjoyed the story. Like it took a wild, crazy ride that I did not expect, and I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend that if you are interested in this book to definitely pick it up, especially if you've read other Lucinda Berry books. But also I recommend that you go check out the Talk Bookish podcast episode where Gwen and Brandon both did a whole book discussion. I listened to it the very next day and they absolutely killed that episode. They did like a full deep dive on this book, and I just like remember driving to work like, yes Brandon, yes Gwen. I also finished watching Gwen's reading vlog chapter by chapter, and just like reading each chapter every few chapters, going back to refresh that, I was like, oh yeah, I caught that, oh yeah. So I really enjoyed it. It's not my favorite by Lucinda Berry, but it's definitely like one of my higher ranked ones. All right, I think that finally wraps up this reading vlog. I am so sorry for how discombobulated it is. I'm sorry for how I sound and like just the gross sickness. Like I'm still suffering with it, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've made it to the end of this vlog, go down in the comments and leave a tent or a fire or a knife, something that symbolizes survive the night. Leave those emojis down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And also, if you didn't know, I started a Patreon where you can actually get exclusive access to my videos. We have separate reading sprints. You get exclusive book club information, buddy reads, readathons. That link is always in my description. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next video and talk to you later.